the other night. That night he was sitting back kicking and sipping some Bud Light, stressed out from the week, just trying to unwind. Only God knows why he decided to drive to the liquor store, but he done it before, just a couple blocks north. Thing left off for it, but this time he made the turn and he failed to stop and nailed the grand prize using a crosswalk. He slammed on the brake, stunned and started to shake. He opened the door, blood stains splattered the paint. The man was in pain, he looked him right in the face, but it was too late, he was slipping away. In that moment of silence, when he closed his eyelids, was cut short by the sharp sound of the sirens. How could this happen? Lights flashing around him, squeezing the man's hand, that's how they found him. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Not too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Grandpa, Grandma, Joe and Atlanta, Mom, Dad, and Chad all packed the van up and hit the open road. They were heading for the cabin. Little did they know that would never happen. Jason and Stacy were drunk out their faces, headed in the opposite way on Highway 6, smoking reefer, sipping cans of brewski, swerving, speeding, and acting goofy. Jay dropped his joint on the floor and looked down, swerved out and hit the family's bed. He came to in a hospital bed with police all around and his rights were read. Jason was arrested, the only survivor. The rest died from impact, wreckage, and fire. 8 lives lost from a stupid decision. Jump-ridden Jay now lives in a prison. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Not too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down.
All right, what's up, you guys? So, if you see, I didn't put in my my dispatch from the time of my incident because I guess, which I didn't know until last time I played it. It brings back a lot of PTSD to my family when I play it. So today I want to talk about, as everybody or whoever who doesn't know, yesterday was mine and my daughter's birthday. But this whole weekend I was listening to, every chance I get, especially at night, to my scanner. It's not illegal. It's an app that's on the tablet. And man, and it doesn't always tell you when it's a DUI incident or DUI pullover. But I did hit several checkpoints, and there were several DUI arrests. But besides the checkpoints, there was a total of 7 different DUI, things that was going on. And a couple of them just in the midday. So that leads me to tell this story here today. So I want to say about a month ago, we were watching the movie Colors. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Colors or not. I'm pretty sure most have seen it, but if you haven't, it was made back in somewhere mid to late 80s, if I remember correctly. And Frog that plays in the movie Colors, now I don't know, like in the streetwise and all that stuff. I'm not too hip to none of that, outside stuff. But in the movie Colors, he plays Frog from 21st Street, and so as we were playing it, and I remember, of course, it happened before my incident. So I like watching movies or documentaries, true stories that I've seen in the past. So we were watching it, and Kim was telling me, doesn't he look like one of my friends? But, obviously my friend is obviously a lot taller. Well, from the movies, I don't know how tall he is in real life. But so I was like, you know what? You're right. I wonder whatever happened to him. So, my Alexa didn't know. I asked Google Doc. And Google Doc kind of broke me down the history of what happened to Frog from Colors, 21st Street. So his real name is Trinidad Silva. And about 3 weeks after the movie Colors, which he wound up playing other movies. I never knew this. I only knew him from the movie Colors. And I guess some movies in the late 70s, some other ones. And he was on his way to sign a contract to be in another movie. And just, how tragic things can happen within a blink of an eye. You could be on top of the world and in a split second, back to starting from the bottom if you make it back down there. But anyways, so his real name is Trinidad Silva. And it was like 3 weeks after making the movie Colors. He was, I guess it happened on Whittier, I think it said, in LA. He was on his way to, I don't want to say for sure, I don't remember. It's been a while since I asked the Google Doc. So, but I know it was on Whittier, and it was around 3 weeks after the movie Colors. And it was him, his wife, and his child. I don't remember if it was son, daughter, but they were in a hit and run situation. His wife and his child was injured. Like, I guess, well, the way Google explained it, Google Dot explained it, was they were severely injured, but they lived. Frog, on the other hand, so Trinidad Silva, on the other hand, with Trinidad Silva, most people knows him as Frog from the movie Colors. He died. He died because of this accident, and it was a hit and run. It was a hit and run, and the guy that did it turned himself in. I don't remember. He said a few days after, about a week after, and so it was a DUI hit and run, and so that guy wanted to get charged the max, and it's just, we were just watching the movie Colors, just something a little different. There's some other stuff there's another case that I wanted to see, wanted to come and do an interview, but the case finally closed, and yeah, in this situation, I want to see if they want to come on here. I don't want to tell their story, but so I decided to just get on it real fast and give you guys some that a lot of people know about. A lot of people knows who Frog is from Colors, and so it just doesn't affect your everyday Joe. It doesn't just it affects famous people. Like I forgot his name, the dude from the Raiders. And this, was crazy. He ran into the lady like at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning out there in Vegas, and the car blew up. Killed the lady. And how did he get charged for misdemeanor manslaughter, misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter? So, he got like almost dirt to no charges, to where the guy that ran into Trinidad Silva, so Frog from the movie Colors, got the max sentence. And so I might do some more of these, just raising awareness of drinking and driving, the way it affects people. And there's a lot more stuff, but it hits too close to home, so I won't speak about it, because it hits my kids, my wife, more closely to home. So I only speak just enough to raise awareness, to let people realize the severity that driving under influence can cause to not just the person driving, but to whoever's in charge, because it doesn't just affect the people that's involved, it affects their families as well, and on both ends. It affects on both ends. From not only it affects the people's family, that person that was driving under the influence, but also affects the people, whoever they run into. But in this case, I'm speaking about Frog. Trinidad Silva, I think, if I remember right, was his full name. And look him up. He actually did other movies. I've never seen him. I never knew about it until I asked, Google whatever happened to him. And that's how that's how I found out that he was killed 3 weeks after making the movie Colors by a drunk driver. It was actually hit and run, a DUI hit and run. And he was, I guess he was a dad. He was a dad and a husband, and they were severely injured in that car accident. And now, I don't know if he was the main breadwinner. If he was, it just is, it's just another tragic incident of somebody, driving under the influence. So, I try to raise awareness as much as I can because I was impacted by somebody that was driving the influence. So, it hits close to home in so many ways. It left me blind, it left me one leg, so much more. I got another video that's going to be dropping on September 18th. That's going to make 5 years since my incident. And, that one's going to get pretty deep. And if you guys want, leave in the comments if you want me to get on live afterwards and answer questions or whatnot. But one thing I want to answer is, who was the person that was drinking and under the influence? That I want to answer. But I might do some more of these, thinking about it. But be honest, you guys know anything, leave in the comments and maybe I can somehow find out, start doing, like cases like the guy that played for the Raiders and he killed that right there in Las Vegas just a couple of years ago. But I know that case just recently closed and he got off. Literally, he got off with which I don't understand how this works, misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter. But I guess that's what money does for you. So, I just want to make this quick little video. And, I thought Frog was cool. I'm don't get me wrong, I don't know him personally, but he played a cool little part in that movie Colors. But when we were watching it, or I was listening to it, and I would say, hey, he looks like such and such. One of my friends. I was like, he does, because I remember, of course, obviously, I seen for 42 years of my life, but that's when I looked it up, and that's when I found out that he was hit. It was a hit and run DUI incident. His wife and his child were severely injured, but they lived. I don't know the outcome of that, but Trinidad Silva, so Frog, he did die by a drunk driver 3 weeks after the movie Colors. So with that said, you guys, make sure you tell your loved ones you love them before you leave your house, because they're not guaranteed to make it home. Be a blessing. Stay blessed. I'm out.
Next time you're drunk and you pick up the keys, I hope you take a second to remember this beat. If you don't, then you drive and somebody does die. I warned you, fair and square, don't be surprised. I know you think you're tough on the liquor and stuff, but it's too late when you wake up, crippled and hunched. My friend stuck in the chair, you can't tell me it's fair. He can't even speak, so his message I share. It's a breath of fresh air to know somebody care. I'm clear in the air, so take a good look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you ready to stand up to anyone, anywhere? Planet to drive drunk? All I can ask is that you follow this task before another mother has to cry harder and gasp. All because you had to suck a couple bottles back and drive away. Now she'll never get a dollar back. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. It's not too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is